How do I prepare for my appraisal? So first off, it's going to depend on what your appraisal is for. So doing an appraisal for a refinance of your house, you should be a real estate agent first. They're going to provide you with comparables so that you can hit the number to hit. If it's for a purchase, then your agent is appraiser there and give them comparables so that you'll know the appraiser's going to number they're trying to hit. You're probably wondering what it's usually between $600 and $800. It depends on how high of demand appraisers are in at that moment when the appraisal is ordered. It really depend on that. And then what do they look for? Often people compare repair inspection, appraisal, and they sometimes get them confused. So what I mean by that is the inspection when you're purchasing a property is 4 hours poking and prodding and using all the systems in the house and double checking everything and providing you a report that's about 60 pages long about everything that's wrong with the house. Not what an appraisal is. An appraisal is only a professional the value of your property in the current market. So they're not really looking to see if repairs are necessary, just checking to make sure things are good in good working order, but they're not going to check very closely. So they're not going to turn on the water. They're not going to check and see if works. They might check and make sure the furnace works if it's in the middle of the winter, but they're probably not going to do it. The reason why I tell you that is because a lot of people on a conventional loan get worried about things that they might know need to be as far as repairs go, but an appraiser by and large is not actually. So who does it? The bank, whether it's your lender for the purchase, your lender that you're using to refinance, the lender hires through a third party, and then that third party assigns the appraisal order to someone, and then that someone goes out, typically see inside your home because they're going to evaluate the value based on the condition footage, and they are going to measure the square footage of your home, whether it's got a garage, whether it's got how big the lot is, that kind of thing. And what they're doing is just comparing the house to other houses in the neighborhood that have sold within a month and within the last 6 months. There are almost no exceptions to that rule. The appointment itself is going to be between 15 to 30 minutes, depending on how big your house is and how much measuring they have to do. And then, of course, the big question for you is, how should I prepare? So do is just walk through, and I actually have had friends come to my house and say, tell me what you see that looks weird, because an appraiser isn't in house maintenance. So really what you're just looking for is stuff that's great or stuff that might detract from the value of your home. So I don't know, let's say a dead tree in the backyard, or some missing, didn't finish a project, or anything. So I would probably just work on those kind of obvious projects. An untrained eye, you would see them and be like, oh, it makes the living room look not as good. Remember to put the quarter round down. I finished it in all the other rooms except the living room. It'd be a good time to do that before the appraiser shows up. So everything's full and like a house should. You should also, like we talked about, call your agent, because if you finance, you're going to want to get comparable properties from your agent so that you send them to the appraiser. Otherwise, your agent in a purchase contract is going to do that for you. If you're looking to refinance, like let me run a scenario past you. So, bought a house that was a fixer, and then you spent a bunch of effort and money fixing it up, and you did, improved painted the walls, remodeled the kitchen, remodeled the bathroom, finished the basement, replaced the laundry list of stuff. You want that list to provide to the appraiser. See that you bought the house, 6 months ago for 300, and now it should be 500. They want a specific list of all the things that you did to just increase in value. And typically they're going to want assignment of monetary value for those things. So say I hired a roofer for $10,000. I'd put that on the list and have it ready and give that to the appraiser for him to check it out. Besides that, for preparation, it would just be cleaning, getting the house, turning off the television, and then I might just leave and say, hey, I give you 15 minutes in the house by yourself. I'll walk around the block and I'll be back here shortly. It just gives them more of a sense of calm, which usually translates to a good appraisal. There are only really 2 or 3 appraisals where you actually have repairs, and those are going to be a VA, which is a veterans loan, or FHA, Federal Housing Authority loan. In both of those instances, you're getting a loan down than most conventional home loans, and because of that, make sure that all the life and safety items are taken care of. So they might look at the roof, and if they think it doesn't look very good, then they for roof certification, or they're going to crawl in the crawl space. Unlike any other appraisal, they're going to get in there and check and see what it looks like in the crawl space. About handrails, if there's not a graspable handrail for you walking down steps, all of those kind of things can come up. Oh, strapping a hot water heater. They have a laundry list of things they're looking for. I still wouldn't necessarily repeat those repairs because it depends on the appraiser. There's never a checklist that they have everything off. It's just at their own discretion. So you could have 3 go to the same property. One might come up with no list of repairs. One might come up with a lot, and one might come up with only 2 repairs. And so I don't recommend you spending money on repairs that you might not be required by the appraiser for the appraisal. So I hope that I have bombarded today, and I really appreciate you joining us today. And of course, if additional questions that you'd like me to answer about real estate, please comment below. And of course, channel and check out all of the additional material and information we have there. Great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.